The events depicted in the following program represent Barbara Noel's point of view. This is her story.
Dr. Masterman, your meeting with the Psychiatric Association has been postponed.
Barbara. Shouldn't be up so soon.
I'm hungry and I think I need some air.
Will you be able to get home all right? You still seem rather shaky.
Fine, really just fine.
Be sure to take a cab and call me when you get home.
Next Tuesday at 9?
I'll call you. The nearest hospital, hurry. I've just been raped.
Barbara?
I'm Donna. I'm with the Rape Prevention Center. I know what you're going through. Barbara, the police are here. They're going to have to ask you a few questions. Can we do that now?
Ma'am, I'm Detective Lewis, Unit Area 1 Violent Crimes. This is my partner, Sergeant Carter. Why don't you tell us what happened?
I could feel this weight on top of me, pinning me down. And after a while, I realized he was raping me. I didn't know who it was.
I was just coming out of the Amatol and I was so groggy.
Amatol?
Sodium amytal, it's a drug.
You were on drugs?
No. Yes. I mean, sodium amytal is a drug, but it's part of my therapy. Dr. Masserman gives it to me.
Your doctor?
My psychiatrist. I couldn't believe it. That he was doing this to me.
Did you scream? Did you fight him off?
No. I wasn't supposed to wake up so soon.
You sure you aren't just mad at your shrink, ma'am? You know, upset about something he did.
Of course I'm upset about what he did. He raped me.
Isn't it possible that you dreamt all this? I mean, since you were under the influence of drugs.
I woke up. I told you I woke up. It wasn't a dream.
You're sure?
It happened. He raped me. I know he did.
That's enough. Please, stop pushing her.
But you could have been dreaming.
I could have been. But I wasn't.
Well, we'll be in touch as soon as the test results come in. Thank you. Thank you.
You don't believe me either, do you?
Yes, I do. It happened to me, too. Barbara, you have to get some help from somebody who knows how to deal with this. This is the card of a psychiatrist I know. I think you'd really like her.
You think after what I've been through that I would want to see another shrink? You must really think I'm crazy.
Please take this.
I'm getting out of here. I'm going home. Hi, Dick. Hi, Mary. It's Barbara. I wish you guys were home. I really needed to talk to you. But you aren't there. It's okay. It's okay. Showtime, Kurt. Showtime.
You're late.
Walk in the sun once more, can't go on. Everything I have is gone. Stormy weather. Just can't get my poor self together. Keeps raining all the time. Keeps raining all the time. Keeps raining all the time.
Barbara Noel, ladies and gentlemen, for the Kurt Hines Trio, and we're just going to take a short break.
I need it.
Okay. Tonight I need it.
What's so special about tonight?
You sound just like an ex-husband of mine.
Barbara, we've got to talk about this. Your drinking is interfering with the group. It's not doing any of us any good ignoring it.
Didn't I give you your money's worth up there?
You're the best. You always are. Someday you're going to believe that, and then I won't be able to afford to hire you anymore. Barbara, I don't understand. Whatever it is you're going through, I want to be there for you. I want to help. I think I could if you let me. Did something happen today?
Let's just say I woke up.
Barbara! Barbara! It's Mary! Barbara? Are you in there? Barbara! What happened? We've been so worried. That message you left on our machine. The phone has been out all morning.
Mary, please.
Barbara. Barbara. Get dressed. I just brought Dick home this morning from the hospital. You're coming to our house for lunch. Come on.
And then this morning, the police called and said they won't be filing charges because there's no trace of semen in the tests. They say it must have been just a dream.
Barbara, tell me right now, and don't even stop to think. Were you dreaming?
No. But I wish I had been.
Jules Mass. It's unbelievable that a person of his reputation could do such a thing. And I can't tell you how angry I am that he did this to you.
I trusted him.
The first thing we're going to do, we're going to get you a lawyer.
But you're my lawyer.
I'm in entertainment law. That's no help. I can't be any help.
No. Is that what you want to do, Barbara? I mean, do you want to take him to court?
She can't just let Masserman walk away from this.
Dick. That's her decision.
But the police said there's no physical evidence. There's no semen.
Masserman could have been wearing a condom. Did anyone think of that? Oh, forget about the police. I'm going to get you the best trial lawyer in Chicago.
Barbara, Jocelyn Samuels, please sit down.
Thank you. Dick Shelton, my friend, spoke so highly of you. And he thinks it's great you're being a woman considering the kind of case this is.
You're an actress.
A singer, mainly, and a composer. I do some acting and singing in commercials and industrials.
I see you were in therapy quite some time.
Well, yes, but most of the time I'd see Dr. Masserman just like I would a friend, just to talk.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you.
I'm comfortable financially. I can afford to pay you if that's what you're worried about.
No, there's no case. There's no evidence to prove rape, no witnesses. It's your word against his. Against Jules Masserman, former president of the American Psychiatric Association, the American Academy of Psychoanalysis, current president of the World Association of Social Psychiatry. As I said, there's no case. But thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Ms. Noel, but your prescription has expired. I have to give Dr. Masserman a call.
No, never mind. Hello, I'm Barbara Noel. I just called about seeing Dr. Galante.
Oh, you're lucky. You called right after my 3 o'clock had canceled. I was just about to go home. I'm Dr. Galante. My receptionist is off sick today. Who did you say referred you to me?
Donna. Can't remember her last name. Look, all I really need is a prescription renewed for some Valium. Is that all? What is this, a trick question?
Are you hungry? I have an extra sandwich. You really should eat, you know. It's better than Valium any day.
And that's your prescription? A sandwich? That's what I get for taking a referral from a stranger.
Why are you so angry?
Because I don't want to be here. Look, I just need something to take the edge off.
Doesn't the drinking help?
I haven't been drinking.
Not today.
Very perceptive.
I just see what's in front of me. A woman who's very upset. Have you been in therapy before?
Have I been in therapy? You know Jules Masserman?
Yes.
I woke up during one of my sessions and he was on top of me, raping me.
Jules Masserman.
Go ahead, tell me I made it up. Tell me I dreamt it all.
I wouldn't think of telling you that. How long were you seeing Dr. Masserman?
Just give me the damn Valium.
I'll tell you what, why don't you sit down and talk to me for half an hour? And then I'll assess the situation. And if I think it's appropriate, I'll give you the prescription.
Half an hour.
Now, how did all this get started? What sent you to Dr. Masserman in the first place?
I wasn't crazy or anything. I was performing in a band with my husband, Richard. I just needed some control over my singing.
Can't help loving that man of mine. When he goes away, that's a rainy day. But when he comes back, the day is fine. The sun will shine. He can come home as late as can be. Home without him just ain't home to me.
Take a break, guys.
Okay, guys, 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. I got dizzy. My voice again.
Don't worry.
I panicked.
Don't worry, sweetheart. I'm right here. I'm here with you.
I know. And then I get afraid of letting you down, and it builds inside me all this panic. And my voice just dies on me. Maybe you should get another singer.
What are you saying? I want us to be together, and I want us to work together. So whatever it is, we'll figure it out. I'll get you the help.
So we checked around. Someone told us about Dr. Masserman. His credentials were impressive. Couldn't believe my luck when he was willing to take me.
Mrs. Noel, won't you come in?
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Now then, young lady, what seems to have brought you here? Are you having problems with your husband, Mrs. Noel?
It's Noel. And it's not problems with my husband. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I just don't know what I'd do without him, and I love him so much. Maybe that's the problem. I want to be everything to him, the best wife, the best singer. We perform together. He's a musician, and lately at rehearsal and sometimes even in performance, I lose my voice. It just stops. And I know I've been told by my doctor there's nothing physically wrong with me.
So you lose your voice? Well, we'll have to look into see what that's all about.
And the more it happens, the more I panic, and I just don't understand why. I mean, music, it's always been something I could count on in my life.
I myself play the violin, you know. Yes. Mozart. Mozart is my source of serenity. My dear young lady, I'm quite sure that the problems you've brought me can eventually be resolved. And someday, in 2 years, perhaps even as little as 1, I believe that with my guidance, a different woman will be sitting opposite me.
I trusted him. About everything. About the Amytal. About every aspect of my life.
Sodium amytal.
He gave it to me to access deeply repressed memories.
Yes, it can be used as a form of short psychotherapy.
Short.
How often did he give it to you?
I would get Amytal all the time. 2 or 3 times a month. Often every week.
For years? This is outrageous. It should have never been administered so frequently. Sodium amytal can cause respiratory failure, and it is extremely addictive.
I'll tell you what I was addicted to. I was addicted to him. I needed him in my life. I thought he cared. I thought he was the only person who could help me. You don't believe me. You don't believe what he did to me, do you?
Barbara, I need to know more.
It's too late. Your half hour's used up, Dr. Galante. Now could I have my prescription?
I'm going to give you a small prescription, Barbara, because you need something to help calm yourself. This is not the solution. I wish you would think about seeing me on a regular basis. You are hiding from serious problems that haven't ended because you left Dr. Masserman.
Hi. Sorry I can't take your call, but leave me a message and I'll get right back to you.
Barbara, it's Dr. Masserman. Are you there? Barbara, please pick up the phone. Barbara, I've been so concerned about you. You never called after our last session, and you missed your regular appointment. Now, don't hide from me, Barbara. You know I can help you.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Isn't it a bit early for hockey season?
Now it's never too early for hockey. Blackhawks. Team. Did you know that I played hockey in college?
Maybe you missed your calling.
I wish.
Let's sit, okay?
No, I'm fine.
Mary made me promise you'd take it easy, so sit.
So did you get a hold of that new lawyer that I recommended?
Dick, what's the point?
What's the point? Barbara, you have got to fight. It's a terrible thing that happened, and the only way that you are ever going to get over it is if you fight for what's right.
You know what that psychiatrist said to me? Dr. Galante? She said Dr. Masserman shouldn't have been giving me Amytal treatments all this time. And I've been thinking, what if he raped me before? I wouldn't have known.
How could you have known?
I can't get people to believe he did this to me.
And you're going to let that stop you?
Were you ever attracted to Dr. Masserman, Miss Noel?
No, Mr. Flynn. I never entertained the slightest romantic or sexual fantasy about Dr. Masserman. I felt more about him like a father.
I'm sorry, but the question is bound to come up, and it's better for you to be prepared for it. Well, based on what you've told me, I think we have enough here to file a civil suit.
Excuse me, but are you saying I have a case?
Oh, yes, absolutely. In fact, I think you have a very good case. Now, if you prefer, we can use a Jane Doe with this complaint to keep your name private. Otherwise, it will become a matter of public record.
I'm not worried about being embarrassed. I want people to know what he did to me.
Fine. And it's Barbara Noel versus Jules Masserman.
Hello?
Miss Noel, it's Dr. Masserman calling. I've been quite concerned about you. Are you all right? You canceled your appointments. I think it's time you came in to see me, don't you?
If you have any questions, please call my lawyer. Just a minute. (555-3809).
Barbara, are you suing me?
I'm glad you came back, Barbara. I'd hoped that you would.
I want to get over this. That's what you're supposed to do when you've been raped, isn't it? Get some counseling.
Well, you're coming here today, whether you know it or not, represents real progress.
I want to stop being so afraid.
What you're suffering from right now is really quite normal. It's called post-traumatic stress disorder. It's what happens to soldiers who return from combat and to victims of violent acts.
What is it, Barbara? What are you thinking?
This is so sick. I don't know. I'm even ashamed to say it. Part of me misses him.
That's normal, too. You were seeing him for years. Patients often become dependent on their psychiatrist.
But I wasn't just a patient. I was special.
Every patient wants to feel special, wants to feel that they're the favorite child.
I was different. He'd bring me back gifts from his trips. Sometimes he'd ask me out in his plane or on his boat. Once he even invited me to go with him to Paris.
Yet, like David facing Goliath, all we have is our aim and the knowledge passed on to us by our great ones, Freud, Jung, Adler. They understood, as William Shakespeare did, that the fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves.
Marvelous speech. Thank you, Nigel. Mrs. Masserman. This is my wife, Helen.
Oh, I'm not Mrs. Masserman. I'm Barbara Noel. I'm a friend of Dr. Masserman's.
It must be your divine music that attracts such a beautiful woman.
Dr. Masserman, you embarrassed me.
Now, my dear child. This is not a Chicago suburb. There's no point in trying to explain. To your health and to the wonders of Paris.
Barbara, everything you've just told me, the gifts, the afternoon on his boat, the trip to Paris, that's all incorrect, inappropriate therapeutic behavior.
But I went along with it. I guess I encouraged it.
You are not the guilty one here. Masserman's the one who knows what good therapy is and what it isn't. He took advantage of you.
I thought he cared. Not in a romantic way. I thought he cared about me.
Barbara, I've been reviewing what you said about the Amytal treatments. And here in his own book, Dr. Masserman writes that the drug should not be used in most cases and that any gains achieved during the drug interview, and this is a quote, offer no lasting advantage unless they are reviewed and applied by the patient in actual life. So, What did Dr. Masserman talk to you about after the Amytal sessions?
We never talked. He never told me anything about what I'd said.
And when was the first time he gave you Amytal?
It was, I guess, around the time of my father's death. I couldn't stop crying. Couldn't sleep. And then one day after a session, he said he wanted to see me with my husband.
Now, let me tell you about this drug therapy that I call the sodium amytal interview. Now, I've used it with great success.
A drug? What kind of drug?
It's a short-acting barbiturate.
Barbiturates are addictive, aren't they?
Yes, of course. But how can Barbara become addicted when only I can administer it to her?
Well, how often would she have to go through it?
Well, now, that's very difficult to say. You see, each patient has different responses, different needs. But I can assure you it is a very safe and even pleasant experience. Now, I suggest this therapy to speed up the process so we can access Barbara's unconscious more easily so we can get down to talking about what's really bothering her.
Well, Barbara, you know, I mean, you're the one who has to go through it, so it's your decision.
Yeah. No, it's all detailed right in here. This is my book, Practice of Dynamic Psychiatry. Take it home. Read it carefully.
I thought the Amytal would help me. And Richard said he just wanted me to be happy.
Ah, yes, Mrs. Knoll. Why don't you go into my examination room and get yourself ready?
What do I need to do?
Oh, just robe, take off whatever constricts you, and get under the blanket.
You want me to take off my clothes?
No, I want you to be comfortable. You'll be asleep for several hours after the therapy. No need to wrinkle your pretty dress.
I'm ready.
You comfortable? Now, it's your job not to worry about anything, my dear. Now, make a fist.
I really, really hate shots.
Why? You have such lovely veins. There. Now you'll start to feel drowsy. And I'll ask you a few questions. And you'll be able to answer in ways you couldn't without the Amytal. Whole new areas of memory will open. Your subconscious will reveal itself to you in new and exciting ways. You know, Barbara, sometimes this world can seem like a very frightening place. But now you'll begin to relax, to feel safe and happy. And all the bad feelings of the past will begin to melt. Melt away.
Feel nice. A little too nice? Okay, here's the steps. Okay?
What happened to you and Richard?
I thought the Amytal would bring us together. He never read his book.
Why would you? He was the expert. You trusted him. People don't question their doctors.
I trusted him. Even though sometimes my instincts were telling me something was wrong. And the air was filled with the smell of honeysuckle. And it gets so hot everything would slow down and become like a dream, a trance.
Are all your childhood memories happy ones, Barbara?
Oh, yeah. All my friends when I was little, they'd say if they had their pick, they'd choose mine, my family.
Seems like our session has come to an end.
Doctor, last time I noticed, after the Amytal, I had these bruises on my arms.
Yes.
Well, I wondered how I got them.
Mrs. Knoll, sometimes you flail your arms during the Amytal interview, and I have to restrain you. I'm sorry if you're bruised. You bruise easily.
Yes, but I even have a bruise on my pubic bone. How did I get that?
How dare you? How dare you occupy my time with these silly, trivial concerns? How and where you bruise is of no concern to me. And if you ever raise your voice to me again, you'll never get another drop of Amytal. Do you understand me, Mrs. Knoll?
What were you afraid of, Barbara? Learning the truth? Or getting cut off from Amytal?
You keep saying that, but I'm not addicted to Amytal. How could I be? I haven't had any in weeks.
Oh, you're drinking. You're drinking gin. Am I right? Gin is the closest thing to an Amytal high. Barbara, I know how difficult it is for you to trust again. But I need you to trust me. You may have much deeper problems, and I think that we can get to them by meeting on a regular basis. And then maybe someday, when you're ready, I would like to try hypnosis with you.
Hypnosis? Why hypnosis?
I think it would help us uncover something important, since Dr. Masterman never revealed what came out of the Amytal sessions.
Mr. Flynn, hi. You wanted to see me.
Yes, Barbara, I did. This is Masterman's resume. It's 30 pages long. It lists his awards, all the books he's written. President of this, president of that, for life.
You sound surprised. You knew how important he is?
Important. Barbara, this man is beyond important. I mean, he's a giant in his field. Look, I've talked to all kinds of psychiatrists. No one is willing to testify against Masterman. It's down to your word against his. And the bottom line is I can't win this case. I'm going to have to withdraw.
But you can't. You already filed the complaint.
I'm sorry. I didn't get in this business to suffer personal embarrassment. And you, according to this letter that I received from Masterman's attorney, are a very troubled person. Barbara, it's Masterman's expert opinion that you're unstable.
They got to you, didn't they?
You have 3 weeks to find a new attorney or the court will dismiss the complaint. Do you want my advice, Barbara? Give it up. You're not believable. He'll cut you to pieces.
Good day, Mr. Flynn.
But for tonight, forget it. I'm in the mood for love.
Barbara Noel, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Right there.
I'll pick up in the next set.
If there is a next set.
It's not the drinking. I'm under a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Well, me too. Pressure from the guys. They're getting fed up. There's not enough gigs. We're losing ones we've always been able to count on. You're not happy, Barbara. Neither am I.
What are you saying? I'm fired? You want to fire me? Is that it?
What the hell is going on with you? It's like nobody exists besides you. You're all locked up in your own little world. What?
There's something I need to tell you. It's okay, Kurt. Nobody believes me. I've been through 2 lawyers already. My friend Dick's got a new one lined up for me.
Why didn't you tell me about all this before?
It's an old habit. I can only talk about my feelings to people who charge me a lot of money.
I'll send you a bill if it makes you feel any better. Barbara, sometimes I look at you and I feel like you're made of glass. You're so fragile, you can break just from being looked at. All I want to do is hold you and keep you from breaking.
Huh? Okay. I'll be okay.
Sorry. Well, we better get back. There are at least 10 people down there hungry for our music. Barbara, this thing that happened to you. Don't give up. Ken Carroll, Barbara, pleased to meet you.
Hello.
Sit down.
Thank you.
How's Dick? Is his condition any better?
He's in the hospital this week for more cancer tests, but he's hanging in there.
I've discussed your case with some of my colleagues here at the law school. The first thing is the rape. It's extremely doubtful that we can prove that it happened.
I'm used to hearing this. Look, if you don't think I have a case...
Barbara, the rape is difficult to prove because you perceive Masserman's behavior coming out of a semi-conscious state. But I think we got him on the sodium amytal. I've talked to a few experts, and they all agree that it's unusual, if not to say highly dangerous, that he administered it to you as often as he did.
Whatever he did to me with the sodium amytal just doesn't compare to the rape.
Barbara, I want you to know that I think you'd be thoroughly credible in the courtroom. But if you let me go after him on the issue of medical malpractice, then you've got yourself legal representation. It's a very important case, Barbara, one I think we can win.
Good morning, Dr. Masserman. What do you think he's telling me with that look? Case closed?
This is simply Masserman's deposition, his side of the story. It's not a case yet, not until the judge decides that there's enough to go to trial with. Most important thing we've got to do is to get him to admit that he gave you the sodium amytal. If he doesn't, we're dead. We have no other way of proving he did. Doctor, how would you describe Ms. Noel?
I would say that she is personality maladaptable, with episodes of anxiety and depression and suicidal preoccupation.
I see. And in layman's terms?
She is always having unfortunate relations with men. And after these promiscuous affairs, she is subject to self-isolation and episodes of alcoholism. Her insistence on being a singer is also a source of depression for her. She sang a little bit in my office, and I could judge from her voice, that she was not likely to become a prima donna.
Now, Doctor, in your treatment program, what was to be the role of sodium amytal?
It was used only when she was seriously depressed, agitated, and required relief from excessive tension.
So you admit to administering sodium amytal to Barbara Noel?
Yes, certainly.
Now, Doctor, how often did you administer sodium amytal to Ms. Noel?
Well, I have no way of knowing this for certain.
Was it once a year?
It depends on the year.
Twice a year, 10 times a year?
I really can't say.
You can't? Well, why not? You don't remember? You don't have any records to refer to?
This time, I would like to produce Dr. Masserman's notes regarding Ms. Noel.
Three pages. These 3 pages are the totality of your notes on Ms. Noel's treatment?
To my knowledge, yes, sir.
Well, Doctor, I mean, these don't add up to almost 10 years of notes. I mean, how can you possibly describe her case to us? Do you know how many times you saw her?
I can't tell you how many times I treated this patient, sir.
We're trying to determine, Doctor, how often you injected Ms. Noel with sodium amytal. Was it once a month, 5 times a month, 10 times a month?
Perhaps once every 3 or 4 months, depending on her need.
Good. Thank you. So, according to your own count, over the course of 10 years, you injected Ms. Noel with sodium amytal at least 30 times, even though the best medical opinion states that she could have become dangerously addicted as a result.
I do not agree with that, sir. Amytal is not addictive because it is a Category 2 drug and can be obtained only by prescription.
And that is your explanation of an addictive drug that a patient can't obtain it on the street? Do you recognize this book?
Yes, sir. I am the author of that book and many others.
Do you stand by the statements in this book, the practice of dynamic psychiatry?
Of course I do.
Doctor, would you read the underlined text?
Sodium amytal drug sessions offer no lasting advantage and are contraindicated in most cases.
And doctor, would you explain in layman's terms what contraindicated means?
Yes. It means, sir, that a procedure or a drug is not to be used in a particular case, but Miss Knowles' case was entirely different.
Entirely different? Yes, it was, and we're getting to that, doctor, right now. September 21 of last year. You administered sodium amytal to Ms. Noel on that day, did you not, doctor?
She had requested the amytal on 2 previous occasions, and I thought it inappropriate to give it to her then. But this time she had been drinking again. Therefore, she again requested the amytal. So, I asked to go into the next room and, as usual, make herself ready for it.
What did you mean by make herself ready?
As is usual, to lie down on the cot, cover herself over, and have only her arm available for the amytal. I never asked her to disrobe. She did so, and
Objection. I want that last remark stricken.
Doctor, do you deny lying upon Ms. Noel in that room where you administered sodium amytal on September 21st?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it. That's enough. My client needs to take a break.
Doctor, under your care, this woman, who you described as merely maladjusted, became addicted to sodium amytal and then to alcohol when the sodium amytal wasn't available.
She did not turn into an alcoholic in my care. She elected to become one.
Doctor, she was under your care. You injected her with sodium amytal by your own count over 30 times, if not more, even though you knew she was becoming an addict. You destroyed this woman. Did you not, Doctor?
Who's trying to destroy who? Have you seen the police report? She says she dreamt the whole thing up.
What happened? He became dehydrated. He's okay now. He's just sleeping. They said he could go home tomorrow. Oh, how did the deposition go? He couldn't wait to find out.
Fine. Tell him it went just fine.
Good. Good.
What is it?
Some new developments.
Okay. Look, if you decided to withdraw from my case, could we just get this over with?
Masserman's attorney has contacted me. They want to discuss a settlement.
Why?
Because 2 women who are also patients of Masserman have gotten in touch with me. They want to file lawsuits against him. They went through the court records to find out whether anybody else had a similar complaint against Masserman, and they saw your name. You should be proud of yourself, Barbara. Your refusal to hide behind a Jane Doe gave them the strength they needed to come forward.
Can I meet them?
Absolutely. Congratulations. We finally have the corroboration we need.
Excuse me. Are you Lorna? Barbara? I saw you, but I wasn't sure. I thought, not her. She looks too together to have been with Dr. Masterman.
Oh, I thought the same about you.
Yeah? But me, people think she's just a singer. And when I heard about you being a university professor, I thought this doesn't make me look so bad anymore.
Just coffee, thanks.
Thank you for agreeing to meet with me. I've been blaming myself so much over this. When I heard this had happened to other women, it made all the difference. So what made you go to Dr. Masterman?
A few years ago, I met a man that I really cared about. I didn't want to make the same mistakes with him that I had in my other relationships. I've always had trouble trusting men. I could never really commit myself emotionally, but I didn't know why. And that's what led me to Masterman. But whenever I wanted to get down to the heart of it, he'd say, "Why do you go out of your way to seek negative attention? You're nothing but a spoiled brat."
Bad little girl.
A bad little girl.
Did he ever give you Amitol?
On and off for a few years.
Do you know if he ever?
Had sex with me. I started having strange dreams about him. I met this woman at my health club. She's the other woman that's doing Masterman. We had a lot in common. Turns out we had Masterman in common, too. And then she told me about the dreams that she had been having. Dreams of Masterman sexually abusing her. Same dreams as mine. That's when we realized that they weren't dreams, they were memories of what had happened under Amitol. I felt really foolish. I felt so stupid. I want him to pay for what he did. And then I want to forget that he ever existed.
I wonder if we'll ever be able to forget.
So what about you? You have kids?
No. No kids.
Husband?
I had a husband. Richard.
Hi.
Don't.
Oh, the skin's on fire. She's got the gin out. Hostile attitude. Guess who's had an Amitol session today?
I'm not hostile. Anyway, Dr. Masterman says it's normal to release negativity after Amitol.
I am sick to death of hearing that man's name in my house.
You're the one who said I needed help.
You're not getting the help, are you? I mean, look at you. You don't go out anymore. You don't talk to anyone. You don't talk to me. You're not interested in having sex with me.
This isn't about sex, and you know it.
Come on, sweetheart. What happened? We used to be so good together. I don't even know who you are anymore.
It should have been simple. We both wanted the same thing. To be together. Keep loving each other.
Would you have stayed together if it hadn't been for Masterman?
I don't know. But we were better together before I started seeing Dr. Masterman.
Sorry, I'm late. Barbara was worried you might not show up.
Well, I said I was sorry.
Mr. Noel, Barbara has asked me to see what I can do to help you reconcile your differences. I sense you're not happy to be here.
Oh, really? You could tell that?
There's no need for sarcasm, sir. Now, why don't you just tell me what you're feeling?
You're controlling her, okay? I mean, that's what I'm feeling. I mean, you say jump, she jumps. You say Amitol, she sticks out her arm for you. I mean, you have turned this woman into a junkie, Doctor, or haven't you noticed that?
I think you should attempt to control yourself, sir.
I mean, a few dizzy spells, that's why she came to see you.
I hardly think you are qualified to assess the situation, Mr. Noel. I'm the expert here, and your wife is doing very well.
Doctor, do you have any idea what the Amytal does to this woman? All right, it takes one complete day for her to sleep it off. Then when she finally does get up, she gets herself drunk on gin because she wants to keep the feeling going. I mean, do you call that a good therapy? I mean, I want to hear this.
Certainly, you are free to seek out other opinions, other therapies.
Richard, I asked Dr. Masserman to help us. Help us find what we lost together.
Sweetheart, don't you get it? He can't help us. Only you can. You have to get off Amytal. You have to leave him.
Now, why don't we just calm down and discuss this?
No, that's it, okay? I've had it. I'm sorry. Look, Barbara, we're gonna go now. We're gonna leave here. You're gonna come with me, and you are never coming back.
Barbara, I must tell you that to leave your therapy now would be quite disastrous. Think of the progress you've been making. You're growing confidence.
Sweetheart, let's just get out of here, okay? Come with me now. Because if you don't look at him, because if you don't, you don't have a prayer and a hope in hell. Okay? Come on, sweetheart. Barbara, come on.
Do you see? You see what you've done to her?
Barbara, you're just throwing your life away. You're just throwing us away. Barbara, I love you.
Richard.
Barbara, it's all in the past now. Masserman wants to settle. If the terms are right, I intend to accept. I'm going to put this behind me and forget. I really think you ought to do the same.
I wish I could. I really wish I could.
The terms of Masserman's proposed settlement are extremely generous.
This has nothing to do with money, Ken.
They're offering you $200,000.
So what? After your fee, it'll just cover what I paid Masserman.
Then you'll be even.
I'll never be even. I could have had a husband. I could have had a life.
Barbara, I hope you know how much this case means to me. Not just because it deals with an important man's abuse of power, but because of you. You're a remarkable person. You have a lot to teach people about courage.
Nobody believed me. Not until Lorna and the other woman came forward. But now, finally, he's going to have to admit what he did to me.
You'll never get that from him.
I'll never get it from him if I settle.
Barbara, I think you should know that the other two women have already agreed to settle with him.
We had a trial date. The judge agreed we had a case.
It's not for 4 years. What I'm trying to tell you is 4 years is a long time. What if, for example, Masserman dies? That could happen, you know. If that happens, we could lose the case. But this way, his settling with you acknowledges his responsibility, the harm that he's done to you. I strongly recommend that you accept.
And if I don't?
This is all I can do for you. Barbara, be glad it's over.
This is really something, just like the pros.
Dr. Blake, 7302. Dr. Blake, call 7302.
How do I look?
Adorable.
How about you? What did you decide?
I took the settlement. It feels so wrong.
You didn't have much choice. Barb, I gotta tell you something that you don't want to hear. I know that it's been tough dealing with all this. But from now on, it's all up to you. And there's not going to be any change, real change, for you until you stop drinking. Kick your addictions. Get yourself together. You can do it, Barb. I know you can.
Read what's in the paper. It's about Dr. Masserman and his settlement with you and the two other women. He's still denying there was any sexual abuse. Masserman regrets the unfortunate publicity, wishes only to get on with his work and resume his practice.
Please keep in touch with me. I really feel there's more you need to know.
I know as much as I need to. Thanks anyway.
Excuse me. Are you Jeannie Wilcox?
Yes.
Are you Barbara Noel?
Yes.
Great. Come on in.
I'm not exactly sure why you asked to meet with me.
Have a seat. I've launched an investigation into Dr. Masserman's practice, and I need your help.
Well, I've already settled with him. Isn't it too late?
No, not for us, it isn't. See, we're responsible for going after licensed practitioners. The article in the Trib is what alerted us. I read it, and I was stunned. Jules Masserman is the most prominent psychiatrist in the world. But the more I read about the allegations against him, the more I wondered why this guy is still practicing. The woman that you just saw leaving, she's a patient of Masserman's, and she's still seeing him. To her, Masserman is a god. She thinks that the 10 women who came forward with complaints against him are all delusional.
10 women?
Yes. Their stories are all similar to yours. The Amytal sessions, the disrobing, memories of bizarre incidents. Some of them had unexplained bruises. Some woke up and he was fondling them.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go after his license. But I need all the help I can get. Are you in?
Absolutely. Hi. I brought you a sandwich.
Oh, thanks.
You know, proper eating is better than a Valium any day.
Do I really sound like that?
Yeah, but it helped me. Well, I'm starving. I haven't been able to leave the office all day. My receptionist is off sick again. I think she's working another gig and you don't know it. So, how are you? Fine. At least that's what I keep telling myself. What is it, Barbara? 10 other women came forward with allegations against Masserman. And you know what else? Most of them figured out within a year or two what he was doing to them. But me? So you're angry with yourself that it took you so long? It's not as if I didn't have clues. Why didn't I know? Or did I know? And am I guilty? Guilty of letting it go on year after year. What do you think? I didn't want this to happen. I didn't choose this. I kept trying to get away from him, but something kept bringing me back. Something? Or Amytal?
You're going to have to acknowledge this. As long as you don't deal with your addictions, you're going to have Masserman in your life controlling you as though you never left him.
He hasn't left me. I'm afraid to pick up the phone. I'm afraid to fall asleep.
You having nightmares?
Mm-hmm. It's always the same. I'm in a grassy field near a riverbank, a river where we used to go to have picnics when I was a kid. And I'm 9, 8, 7. And it's hot. And I can smell the honeysuckle, and I guess I've fallen asleep because something starts waking me up, and I'm having trouble opening my eyes. And I hear sounds, breathing sounds, wind in the trees, and someone is on top of me, crushing me with their body, hurting me. And I open my eyes, and it's Masserman.
Barbara, I think it's time that we started discussing your childhood.
Why? I didn't come here to start going through all that again.
You have a lot of unanswered questions.
There's nothing to say. I was a normal kid, 2 parents, end of story.
Go on. Say whatever comes into your mind.
What's coming into my mind is that this is pointless.
Keep going.
I was happy, okay? I was feisty. I was a real tomboy. I was always getting into trouble. Climbing trees, finding a wasp's nest, bringing it home with the wasps, stuff like that. I was an ordinary, regular kid. My parents, though, they were the ones who were special. Gifted musically. They were really very glamorous. I loved listening to them play music and sing. And I really wanted them to approve of my singing. Especially my father. Listening to Masserman at the Deposition, the way he put down my singing reminded me so much of my father. One time when I was 7,
What were you going to say?
I don't remember.
You don't remember what you were going to say? Or the incident?
I don't know.
Well, what can you remember about being 7?
Nothing. Nothing specific. I can't remember.
That's okay. There are other ways to access your memory. Through hypnosis.
I told you I'm not sure.
It's not sodium amytal. You'll be conscious the whole time.
I don't know. Someday, maybe.
Why not today? Barbara, I know how tough it is for you, giving me your trust. Hypnosis is simply a process of relaxation, a way for you to go deep inside yourself.
Okay.
Good. I'll just come a little closer.
Will you be able to make me do silly things like bark like a dog and give you all my savings?
All I really want you to do is to feel comfortable. I want you to relax. I want you to think of yourself lying in warm water and feel how the water relaxes you. All of the tension is slipping away. Your eyelids begin to feel heavy.
And your hands lose all of their tension. As you float, relax, relax. Now, Barbara, we're going to go back in time. Back to when you were 10 years old, to when you were 9 years old. And now you're 8. Now you're 7. You're 7 years old. Barbara, I want you to look around and tell me where you are.
We're having a picnic next to the river.
Is there anybody with you?
My parents. They're gone. I'm all alone.
Barbara, is something wrong?
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Barbara?
My eyes are closing. I'm afraid. I know what's going to happen.
What, Barbara?
He's going to hurt me. He's going to fall on me. On top of me. It's going to hurt me.
Who, Barbara?
He's going to hurt me. In my private place.
Who, Barbara, who?
I can't see. I'm afraid to open my eyes.
Open them, Barbara. Who is it? Who is hurting you?
Daddy! Daddy!
How could this have happened to me and I didn't know?
It was too deeply buried. You couldn't let yourself know.
But Dr. Masserman, why didn't he know? Or did he?
I was pretty sure by our 3rd session. You had all the signs of childhood sexual abuse. And I'm hoping that what you learned today will help you stop blaming yourself. You're the perfect victim.
The moon belongs to everyone. The best things in life are free. The stars belong to everyone. They shine down on you and me. The flowers in spring, the robins that sing, the sunbeams that shine, they're yours, they're mine, and love can.
Our apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Great, good. You read my mind because I've had it. I've had it with you. Getting drunk again?
I wasn't drunk, but right now it sounds like a great idea.
Don't you ever think of anybody but yourself?
Don't touch me. I don't want anyone to touch me. Hi. Sorry I can't take your call, but leave me a message and I'll get right back to you.
Barbara, it's Mary. I'm at the hospital, and Dick passed away, dear. Yeah, well. He just loved you. Loved you like a daughter.
A daughter who gave him a lot of worries.
Okay.
An old friend of mine used to say, "You can do it, Barb." My name is Barbara Noel, and I'm an alcoholic. I want to stop destroying myself. And I know I can do it.
Barbara, I'm so proud of you. 5 weeks.
6. 6 whole weeks without a drink.
Dick would be proud, too.
Except he'd say, "What took you so long?" Oh, that is fabulous. You look great under a spotlight.
Do I hear a singer who wants to get back on the stage?
I've been thinking about it.
What is it?
Prominent Chicago psychiatrist Dr. Jules Masserman was celebrating with friends and colleagues last night in Rio de Janeiro, where he was honored by the international psychiatric community. Dr. Masserman was named honorary president for life of the World Association of Social Psychiatry in recognition of a lifetime of meritorious service to mankind. Dr. Masserman recently announced at a press conference he is retiring from his practice in order to concentrate on research.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
In other local news,
I don't know how I'm going to manage facing him at the hearing.
You're going to do just fine, Barbara.
Barbara, there isn't going to be any hearing.
What happened?
Dr. Messerman offered to give up his medical license and his controlled substance license. It was an offer that my department felt was too good to refuse. It means he can't practice anymore. That's what we wanted. But in exchange...
He denies all allegations. No wonder he's smiling on the news. He spent years abusing me and other women. And now he's gotten away with it again. And on top of it, they give him an award.
Can't counsel patients. Not anymore.
Can't he? Are you sure? What about that woman patient of his you met? The one who was still going to him even after she'd heard about all the charges against him? She was there in Rio with him. Who knows how many women he's still treating privately? And why wouldn't they go to him? His reputation is still as good as ever. As far as everyone's concerned, he hasn't lost his license. He's just retired to devote more time to research.
Barbara, you're right not to be satisfied with this. I have a suggestion. Go to the American Psychiatric Association. They have an ethics committee. Demand an inquiry. If they punish Masterman, it will be an important admission that he betrayed the trust of his patients.
Several former patients have come forward with serious allegations against Dr. Masterman, not just me. The Department of Registration has statements from many of them. I'm asking that your association open an inquiry into what happened.
Thanks for submitting this, Ms. Noel. We'll examine the matter in due course
When can I expect to hear from you?
and reach a decision within 9 months. Though, of course, it could be sooner than that.
Fine. If I don't hear from you, Doctor, you'll be hearing from me. I saw your ad about the auditions. I was wondering if I could try out.
Why not? Kurt, you bringing the music?
Skylark, have you seen a valley green with spring, where my heart can go a journey over the shadows and the rain to a blossom-covered lane? And in your lonely flight, haven't you heard the music in the night? Wonderful music, faint as a will-o'-the-wisp, crazy as a loon, sad as a gypsy, serenading the moon. Oh, skylark, I don't know if you can find these things, but my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see them anywhere, won't you leave me
You look great, Barbara. Sounds amazing, too. And whatever you did, it did good for you.
Thanks.
Guys, that's it for now.
Where have you been?
Getting my act together. In a few more months, I become a proud graduate of the Grant Hospital Chemical Dependency Clinic. It's been great. And I've been learning a lot of new songs because half the music industry is there with me. Kurt, I don't expect that you'd take me back. I came today because I wanted to thank you.
To thank me.
Yeah, for saying you wanted to keep me from breaking. I'm sorry if this is embarrassing for you. It's just I've spent my whole life keeping secrets, holding back. And I don't want to hold back. Not anymore.
Rehearsal tomorrow at 11.
Oh, the guys are really great. We're having so much fun together at rehearsal, but Kurt is so aloof. He's just being careful. He's got good reason.
Oh, Mary, what if he's already involved with someone else?
Has he said anything?
He's divorced. He was just going through his divorce when we first started working together. But he's never said anything about another woman since then. What if I ask him? Or is that even something people ask?
Barbara, when was the last time you were on a date? If a man were interested in you, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't be able to recognize the signs. Just take your time, but let him know that you care. There's nothing wrong with that.
Unless it's the last thing you want.
What is it?
It's from the Ethics Committee, from the American Psychiatric Association. They've agreed to hear my case. Trish, the Ethics Committee said I could bring someone else to the hearing, and I thought another woman who'd been through this. No, Lorna hasn't returned my calls. Do you know someone else I could call? Yeah? Got it. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Trish. I understand.
Sam, why don't you come to my office later and we'll discuss it further. Barbara, I was gonna call you.
No, you weren't.
I know what you want, Barbara, and I can't do it.
Why?
Because I don't want to embarrass my husband, because I don't want to compromise my position here. Do you want other reasons? Why me? What about the others?
Everyone's glad I'm doing this. And just as glad it's not them. Lorna, if I go to the committee alone, I'm worried it'll look like I'm on a personal vendetta.
It's over. For me, Barbara. Over.
Is it?
I hate this. I hate having him in my head. I hate having him in my life. You know, I still have nightmares. I still have images, memories. Waking up naked with him standing over me. Fondling my breasts and saying, "Oh, you have such lovely breasts."
Lorna, it wasn't your fault.
You don't understand. The part that is so horrible is that I felt flattered. I felt proud. And I hate myself for that. It makes me sick when I think about it. I can't forgive myself.
There's nothing to forgive. It wasn't you reacting like that. It was the Amitol.
No, it wasn't the Amitol. It was me. Wanting his love, wanting his approval. I can't. I can't be near him. I can't be anywhere near him.
It's not just for us. It's for all the other women. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for them.
I can't. Barbara, I'm sorry.
Kurt, don't worry if I'm a bit late tonight. That meeting I told you I was going to, I'm not sure exactly when it'll be over.
Did you find someone to go with you?
I'm going alone.
I'll go with you. It's not right that you go alone.
I'll be okay.
You know, Barbara, I wish I'd understood what you were going through. I know you needed that from me.
You did what you could. No one could get close to me.
And now?
Guess I better go.
I'm really glad you're here.
I couldn't let him get away with it. I woke up and He was stroking my bare breasts. I was revolted, but I couldn't react. I was too groggy from the Yamatol. And later, I wanted to believe that I had been dreaming because I had too much respect for him to believe that he could do such a thing. To this day, I don't understand how he could have done this to me.
Ms. Lucas, are you 100% sure this really happened?
Yes.
Ms. Lucas, the facts are clear. You were coming out of a semi-conscious state at the time. Isn't it possible your memory is at fault here?
My memory is quite clear.
How do you know? It might even have been a dream, as you yourself suggested.
I wasn't dreaming. Is this how you expect to get to the truth?
How can you be so sure?
Because it happened. I don't doubt my memory on that incident, nor do I doubt my memory about the time that Dr. Masterman, knowing I was pregnant, administered sodium amytal to me. He said that I needed to find out if I really wanted this child. I was so much under his control that it never even occurred to me to ask him if this might cause a miscarriage. And it did.
Professor Lucas.
No, I have nothing left to say to you people. You've all made up your minds, and nothing that we say can change any of that. And I think you're all despicable. All of you. I'm sorry, Barbara. I'm so sorry.
Don't say that. You were fantastic.
Miss Noel, we're not likely to reschedule this meeting. I suggest you speak to us now, if you still intend to.
You okay? Heard the sounds of washing, the jingling of coins in a pants pocket. And I thought it might be safe if I could open my eyes even just a little to see who had done this to me. It was Dr. Masterman. The man who raped me was Jules Masterman.
Ms. Noel, you want us to believe this really happened, yet you did nothing at the time of this alleged rape. According to what you just said, you simply lay there, didn't you?
I was drugged. I was just coming out of the Amytal.
But you did open your eyes. And you say the man you saw was Dr. Masterman. Now, surely at that point you could have screamed, called for help, tried to defend yourself, yet you did nothing. Would you call that a normal response to rape?
I don't know what a normal response to rape is.
I would like the committee to study the police report written on the day of the alleged rape, in which Ms. Noel admitted to the police she dreamt of the whole thing.
I never said that. That is not what I meant.
Ms. Noel, I hardly think your memory is credible. Are you not an alcoholic?
Yes, but
And is it not true that you have also been an outpatient at a clinic for chemical dependency?
Because I am addicted to sodium amytal and to alcohol as a result.
I would also like to call into question Ms. Noel's character.
Dr. Lindros, I don't see how this is relevant.
Ought we to believe a woman who, following her divorce from her husband Richard, embarked on a series of promiscuous adventures?
Miss King.
Doctor, this woman is an alcoholic. She is a sexually promiscuous, embittered woman who now seeks to blame a man of international stature for the failure of her life.
That will do, Miss King. Ms. Noel, we thank you for your testimony. That is all we require at this time.
I'd like to make a statement.
Doctor, I object.
Go ahead, Miss Noel.
For so long, I didn't know why I had this terrible sadness inside me. I recently learned, with the help of a caring therapist, that I was sexually abused when I was a child. And this knowledge helped me understand the hurt, the pain I was carrying when I first went to you for help. But what did you do? You drugged me. You promised the Amytal would free me from my pain, but it just drugged me. And while I was defenseless and vulnerable, you used me. And you made sure when I woke up that I remembered nothing. I remembered nothing. But I carried in me a terrible poison, an addiction that kept me coming back to you year after year. It's not just that you raped me. It's all the years you took away from me. All the wasted years And whether these men and women, your colleagues, choose to believe me, there is something I want you to know. I have survived. I have become strong without you, despite you. This is who I could have been all those years ago if you had honored your commitment to me. The sacred vow that all doctors make to heal. Dr. Masserman, for what you did to me, you should feel shame. That hurt little girl is still in me. But I love her, and she's starting to heal. And today, my life begins again. Darn, my zipper's stuck. Can you do it up for me?
Oh, I don't know, Barbara. I don't know if I should.
Why? What do you mean?
Oh, you always told me not to get too close.
Try me.
Dr. Jules Masserman has never been convicted in a court of law and continues to deny all the allegations brought against him. In October of 1991, the American Psychiatric Association Appeals Board voted to suspend Dr. Jules Masserman from the APA and the Illinois Psychiatric Society for 5 years for violation of the principles of medical ethics. Barbara Noel is still living in Chicago and is enjoying success in her career as a singer and songwriter. She has become a spokesperson for victims of sexual abuse.